morning, students. Chapter 11 Biodiversity and its Conservation. In today's class, we are going to learn about the importance of biodiversity in the aspects of globally and also nationally, that is, in our country, India. So, biodiversity is a variety of life on earth. So, a different variety of living organisms are inhabiting the earth. So, that is, it is the number of different species of flora. Flora means plants and fauna means animals, including microorganisms. So, a different variety of flora and fauna, including microorganisms, are living in this planet Earth. And these organisms, so these different varieties of organisms, they inhabit, that is, they live in different types of habitat or ecosystem. So the different types of habitats are rainforests, coral reefs, grasslands, deserts, tundra and the polar ice caps. So different varieties of organisms are living in different varieties of habitat. So all organisms are adapted in such a way to live in this particular habitat. Why this variety of living organisms, or why biodiversity is essential? So biodiversity is essential for the well-being of our planet Earth and the sustenance of life as a whole. The importance of biodiversity can be measured in three aspects. One is ecosystem services. How biodiversity is important for the well-being of ecosystem. Next, biological resources. That means how we get the resources from the ecosystem, that is the biological resources, and social benefits of biodiversity. So what are the social benefits? That is how it is very important for the economic of our country. Ecologist Paul Ehrlich proposed that reward proper hypothesis. So, Paul was an ecologist and he proposed the reward proper hypothesis for better understanding the laws of each species in the ecosystem. He compared each species of an ecosystem with rivets in the body of an aeroplane. Thousands of rivets, that means we have to take it as species, join all the parts of an aeroplane. So he compared the different species of an ecosystem with the different parts of an aeroplane. If every passenger traveling in the aeroplane starts taking rewards, that is rewards to whom, that is laws of species, initially it may not affect flight safety, that is proper functioning of the ecosystem. However, the plane becomes dangerously weak over a period of time when more and more rivets are removed. Moreover, which rivet is removed is also important. When the key rivets, removal of keystone pieces on the wings of the aeroplane are removed, undoubtedly it poses a serious threat to the flight safety. Thus, we understand the role of every species for the harmonious function of an ecosystem. So, why we are talking about the topic biodiversity means? So, biodiversity means a different variety of living organisms are living in this earth, and all the species are very, very important. So, we human think that we are the higher animals and we have the right to live in the world. But it is totally wrong, because the ecosystem consists of both biotic as well as abiotic factors. There should be a balance in everything. If the balance is disturbed, means it will affect the whole system. So this ecologist Paul, he compares the different species with the different parts of the aeroplane. So, for example, the passengers who are traveling in the aeroplane take each parts of the aeroplane to home. What will happen? When the important parts are removed, the aeroplane condition becomes very weak and it poses very serious threat to the flight safety. Same way, when the species have been destroyed, it will affect the ecosystem and it will affect the whole system. So that we have to conserve the ecosystem. That is, we have to conserve the biodiversity. Then only it will be run in a balanced condition. Now we'll see the importance of biodiversity. The importance of biodiversity can be viewed and measured as ecosystem services, biological resources, social benefits of biodiversity. The organization and functioning of ecosystem world over is affected and dependent on biodiversity. So the functioning of ecosystem mainly depends upon the biodiversity and its richness. So now we'll see the major functional attributes. That is, biodiversity maintains the nutrient cycle, or otherwise called as the biogeochemical cycle. That is the nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, water cycle, all this. So it maintains the nutrient cycle. And next, it maintains the soil formation, conditioning or maintenance of soil health. That is fertility of the soil. What do you mean by fertility of the soil? So fertile soil means a soil which is very suitable for the plant growth, which contains all the nutrients, and also the soil contains good texture. That is called as the fertile soil. By soil microbial diversity. So fertile soil can be maintained by the different types of microbes which are present in the soil. All this are because of the biodiversity. So biodiversity maintains the fertility of the soil. Next, it increases the ecosystem productivity and provide food resources. So when the biodiversity richness is more, on the other side the productivity of the ecosystem is more, and also the ecosystem contains plenty of food resources for different varieties of organisms. That is called as increased ecosystem productivity and food resources. Next, the biodiversity acts as water traps, filters, water flow regulators and water purifiers. Example, forest cover and vegetation. Mainly the forest only act as water traps. It holds or traps the rainwaters, it filters the water and it purifies the water. So the underground water mainly, because the underground water we get is from the rainwater, the forest only traps and filters and purifies the water. Next is climate stability. Forest only maintains the rainfall, temperature regulation, carbon dioxide absorption, which in turn regulate the density and type of vegetation. So forest plays a major role in the climate stability. Stability means what? That is stable, that is same climatic conditions. So it maintains the rainfall. Forest only, because of forest cover only rainfall occurs, and also forest maintains the temperature, and the forest only absorbs the excess CO2 in the atmosphere. On the other hand, it maintains the density and type of vegetation. Next is forest resource management and sustainable development. So forest acts as a resource. It gives plenty of food resource to the different variety of living organisms in the forest. And also sustainable development. From forest we are getting many resources. So what is sustainable development means? Sustainable development is the idea that human society must live and meet their needs without competing the ability of the future generation to meet the own needs. So we can use the resources we are getting from the forest or from anywhere else, but we should not overuse so that the future generation may have demand, so that we have to use the resource in such a way that it should meet our needs and also it should meet the future generation needs. That is called as sustainable development. And maintaining balance between biotic and abiotic components. So it only maintains the balance between biotic. Biotic means all living organisms including plants, animals and microorganisms, and abiotic means what? Temperature, sunlight, water, soil, air, all this contains abiotic factors. So it maintains the balance between biotic components and the abiotic components. Next, cleaning up of pollutants. So due to man-made activities, many resources have been polluted. For example, air have been polluted, water have been polluted, soil have been polluted because of the man-made activities. The microbes are the biggest degraders of molecules. So the microbes, the microorganisms acts as degraders. Microorganisms only we already know, no? It helps in the decomposition or they are the degraders of the molecules which are present. Anthropogenic means it is the man-made. So pollution happens because of man-made activities, and these pollution have been decomposed or degraded by the microorganisms which are present in the effluents. Effluents means what? Liquid waste, sewage, garbage and agrochemicals. That is chemicals which are used in for agricultural purpose. That is called as agrochemicals. So the microbes clean up the environment, mainly present in the effluent, sewage, garbage and agrochemicals. Next is ecological stability. So what is ecological stability means? A stable ecosystem, that is called as ecological stability. The varieties and richness of species contribute to ecological stability and survival of the species. Biodiverse regions are reservoirs of biological resources like food resource, gene pool, genetic resource, medicinal resources and bioprospecting. So due to the biodiversity only, the stability of ecosystem has been maintained, and the biodiversity regions, that is biodiverse regions or reservoirs, they are the source of many biological resources like food resource. There are plenty of food resource, and it maintains the gene pool, genetic resource, medicinal resource. So many medicinal drugs have been obtained from the medicinal plants. This is called as medicinal resource. And bioprospecting. Bioprospecting means that is some valuable plants and animal derivatives have been used for medicinal purpose and also for commercial value. This is called as bioprospecting. Next, to provide unique aesthetic value. Aesthetic value means that is natural, spiritual and beauty. So the biodiversity adds nature, spiritual and beauty. So that is called as aesthetic value. And hotspots for ecotourism. It also forms a hotspots for ecotourism. Along with forest resource and wildlife, it has commercial significance. So the biodiversity has many commercial significance, importance. That is, it adds the economical value of our country. And next, it is an indicator of the health of an ecosystem. So the biodiversity richness, a rich biodiversity is an indicator of the healthy ecosystem. And endemism is a crucial indicator of richness. What do you mean by endemism? Means a species is restricted to a particular geographical region. For example, a specific variety of plant can be seen in a particular area. We cannot able to find the same plant in all the regions. That particular plant is unique to that particular geographical region. For example, we can see the eucalyptus plant in the hilly regions alone. We cannot able to seen in the plain region. Say some variety of animals can be able to seen in a particular geographical area, that is called as endemism. So endemism is a indicator. It is a crucial indicator of richness. So these are the importance of biodiversity. So now we come to know what are all the importance of biodiversity, and it is very essential to conserve the biodiversity. Okay students, till this we conclude. Thank you.